Haley here. So, in the last episode, my boyfriend Eric was spotted by a record representative, Will, from LA. At first, I'm ashamed to say I was so jealous of his success, but then he told me that he had turned the offer down. At first, I was so surprised by his decision, but then I felt guilty, as I was part of the reason that made him decide to give up on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So I rectified this by racing to the airport and persuading Will to give him another chance. And luckily, he agreed. But Eric only had 5 days to prepare. Then he had to come to LA. So we decided to make the last 5 days together memorable. On the last day before Eric was off, we went together to the giant wheel, and Eric promised me that he would be back and help me achieve my dream to become a professional singer. Now, Eric's leaving today. I went with Eric and his family to the airport. I couldn't stop crying as I hugged him goodbye. He said,
"I'll see you soon, Haley."
Then he kissed me on my forehead. This only made me cry even more, and his mom comforted me in her arms. So that was it. Eric was going to LA to be a star, and I was staying here and focusing on swing club. We can make this long-distance thing work, right? Luckily, I had Anna around. We grew really close and hung out all the time. Crazy, huh? When she wasn't acting all jealous, she was the sweetest girl. Kurt also hung out with us sometimes, but I was still mad at him. He'd never actually apologized to me for the way he spoke to me. He just joined our lunch table one day and acted like everything was fine. As good as it is to have Kurt as a friend again, he's been acting weird. Sometimes he brought me coffee and put it on my desk with all these notes stuck on it, like a special drink for a special girl, K. I always tried to remove the notes before Anna noticed them, as I didn't want her to get the wrong idea again. As for Eric, I understand he's a busy guy, but he barely ever answered his phone. It was so frustrating. I just wanted to hear his voice. The only way I could see and hear him was through his song cover videos that his agency uploaded on YouTube. One day, after swing club, I stayed behind. I was sitting at the piano and scrolling through some old pics of Eric and me when I realized Kurt was standing behind me. He was just staring at me. It was kinda weird. I said, "Oh, hi Kurt, I didn't realize you were there." He replied,
"Haley, he left you here so he could chase his dreams. Now, he doesn't even call you. That's so selfish. You should be with someone who stays by your side. Someone like me."
I stuttered. "Kurt, I... He cut me off and continued,
"I will never leave you like he did."
And then he held my hand and looked deep into my eyes. Oh my God, I was shocked. Why me? Didn't he know that Anna liked him? So I pulled back my hand and told him that I was still with Eric, and I hoped he respected that. He told me to think about it, then give him an answer after we finished filming the upcoming music video. Oh, yes. Our club was going to film a music video for a song cover, and the leading actors were Kurt and me. There was one scene where Kurt was supposed to kiss my cheek. Of course, I didn't agree. The last thing I wanted was for Eric as well as Anna to misunderstand us when they saw that. So I asked the director to change it to hugging. The day of the video arrived, and it was such a buzz. I loved my outfit, and I was having so much fun. But then, that scene arrived, and when I went to hug Kurt, but he lunged forward and kissed me. On my lips! Oh my God! How could he? I was mad at him, but I couldn't make a scene just because of a kiss. It would affect the film crew, and it would be so unprofessional. So I just went through it. I took a glance at Anna, and I could see how disappointed she was. Then she immediately left the set. While I felt very uncomfortable, the director was so pleased that Kurt was going off script. He said it made the music video more interesting. But I was so mad. He not only forced me to kiss him, but also made Anna misunderstand me. After the music video, I texted Anna to meet me at a cafe near the school. She showed up looking so sad, and I felt dreadful. I bought her a latte and a blueberry muffin, her favorites. Then I explained to her how Kurt had gone off script without discussing it with me first. Anna suddenly turned to the windows, looked into the distance, and replied with a sad tone, "That sucks. But I believe you. I've seen the way he looks at you. Anna, you need to tell him how you feel." Maybe, she sighed. I don't know. I was relieved that Anna and I were still friends, but I was still furious with Kurt. How dare he do that to me? It wasn't right. Besides, he knew I was still with Eric. So the next day after the club, I went up to Kurt and told him we needed to talk. Kurt, I don't have feelings for you. You are my best friend. Please don't destroy our friendship. Kurt got angry and yelled,
But I don't want to be just your friend. I want to be more than that. Please, Haley, just give me a chance. I will show you that I'm much better than Eric.
I replied, Please, stop it. I love Eric. I will never be with you. Anna likes you. You should be with her. This made him even madder, and he shouted,
What are you doing? You hate me so much that you have to push me away to another girl? Unbelievable.
And then he stormed off. Oh my God, why was he so stubborn? Why wouldn't he listen to me? And now he acted like I was the one in the wrong. That's so frustrating. That night, I called Anna and confided in her. After learning about Kurt's anger at me because I tried to put the two of them together, she said, If I were Kurt, I would be angry like that too. But don't be mad at him anymore. I will help you two make up. I don't know how Anna did it, but a few days later, Kurt came up to me and apologized. After that, our friendship was restored, and he never mentioned his feelings towards me again, although he did wince every time I mentioned Eric. Talking of Eric, I missed him so much, especially since the summer vacation. There were days when I just laid down on my bed and listened to his cover songs over and over again, all day long. I also read every comment from the audiences under each video. All are compliments for him, which made me very happy and proud of him. Although Eric and I rarely spoke, and I was usually the one who called first, every time I heard his voice, I felt fully charged. I could tell from his voice that he missed me too. Then one day, I was lying on my bed listening to music when my phone suddenly rang. It was Anna. She asked me,
Did you hear the news?
Eric is about to debut. I accidentally saw his name on a poster in the street. I was surprised and excited. Finally, my boy could reach his dream. I immediately called Eric, and fortunately, this time he picked up. I excitedly asked him, Are you about to debut? Eric said he was chosen to perform the opening performance of a famous artist's concert in LA. He continued,
I wish you could attend. I miss you so much. You should come here.
Hearing Eric say that made my heart filled with joy. To be honest, I also missed him like crazy, and I couldn't wait to see him again. But then suddenly, at that moment, an idea popped into my mind. I would surprise him. So I replied, Oh, what a shame. I really want to see you perform, but I have a swing club concert then. His voice was low.
That's all. So don't worry. When I'm free, I'll fly back to meet you.
After Eric hung up, I eagerly called Anna and Kurt and invited them to go to LA with me. They both happily agreed. Eek! This was so exciting! I booked a flight, hotel, and prepared my belongings. I couldn't wait to see Eric's face when I surprised him. We arrived in sunny LA. Anna and Kurt went to the hotel, and I hopped in a taxi straight to Eric's house. I'd sent him a few care packages, so I knew his address. I went to Eric's door and rang the bell, but no one answered. So, even though I was super sad, this wouldn't have the same surprise effect. I sat on the doorstep and called him. After learning that I was in LA, Eric was a bit surprised, but immediately he happily said,
I just moved to a new house closer to my company to facilitate practice. I'll send you the new address.
I eagerly waited for his address to come through. Only 20 minutes passed, and he still hadn't sent it. So I called him again, only this time Will picked up and told me that Eric was urgently rehearsing for his upcoming performance, so he couldn't take the call. I felt so disheartened. I'd come all this way to see him, and now it felt like it had all been for nothing. I knew Eric was busy, but I just told him I was here in LA. So why couldn't he have grabbed a minute and explained to me that he had to rehearse? Surely he owed me that at least. I missed him so much, and I just wanted to see him, but I was beginning to feel he didn't want to see me.